Hello, Internet. Welcome to the real theory time. Today, we're going to be taking a look at, well, the end. And probably that's not the end of this question mark, rip question mark, but the end as a whole. I'm going to throw these out. But what do we know about the ends? Well, we need eyes of Ender to access it, and temporal frame, which generate in strongholds. Now, stronghold as eyes of Ender point towards strongholds and have a chance of breaking or a chance of dropping. And I hope this won't. Okay. Anyways, if I just spam some end eyes, you can see like that one. Look, that one. These ender eyes have a chance of breaking. Look, and they have like that little particle animation. I mean, like all machines will break, but isn't it weird that now if I just place an eye of ender and an end portal, do you notice something? Yes, you can see that the outside eyes of ender have the same color as the tops of end portal frames. And you guys know about magnets, right? Well, I think that these ender eyes are actually magnetized, meaning that long ago, like when you create ender eyes, you are actually magnetizing ender pearls. You guys know if you throw ender pearls, you get teleported where the pearl lands. But as you can see right there, do a pearl to show you guys again. Even though I was throwing it that way, it didn't just clip that way, which means this isn't magnetized. And I'm probably wondering, what does it mean to have it magnetized? Well, blaze powder and blaze rods. You probably know, if you know Minecraft as a whole, that ender pearls plus blaze powder equals eyes of enders. And what's weird about this is that you guys may know that if you spawn a blaze and you hit it, oh great, it doesn't have that sound anymore. But anyways, blazes, not only do they drop blaze rods, which I was so unlucky to not get any, but they also make this metallic clinking sound when they get damaged. And I did not really hear that, but they make this metallic sound. And you guys know, metals are magnetic. So I have a feeling that these blazes, that you guys just saw, are actually magnetic. And when combined with these ender pearls, these blaze powder magnetizes the ender pearls, making eyes of ender. And what's weird about that is they actually point towards strongholds. And since this is artificially made, it's not going to point towards these, but you can see if I was in survival mode, let's try to get these don't come off, which means that these, once they're put on, they're too connected to remove. So once you complete all of this, portal opens up. And you guys can also see that this gives off some degree of light, which is probably portal juice at its work. I'll get to that later. Anyways, now once we come into the end, what is the first thing you see? Probably seeing that boss bar, but all right, no more boss bar. Hope. But what's really special now is XP falls to the ground, which is really convenient. You can just pick up all this XP, which is basically points in Minecraft. I'm not going to get to that because that doesn't have much lore. But what's really special is what I'm standing on right now. You guys can see stand on this right now. Oh my gosh, why there's so many experience points, but you guys can just see there's just something about this stone, this stuff, and probably like that doesn't spark too much. This is just stone in the end, but I keep getting infested versions of it. Dang, but cobblestone and instone. Give you a moment. What do you notice about cobblestone and instone? That's right. They both share the same texture. And this is yellowish. And I would think that maybe meteorites came long, long ago. Meteorites probably just came down and smashed fungus into these. But one, this doesn't really have, these islands don't really have craters. The islands are craters. But number two, a whole planet, really? Why wouldn't there just be random bits of cobblestone all over the place? Well, that's where my theory comes in. I think this is actually mold, fungus flowing in the air, yellow mold, yellow slime, whatever you want to call it, and then it latched onto the cobblestone. Over billions of millions of years, it turned to inkstone. This was once cobblestone, and where do you remember seeing cobblestone? I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint. It is somewhere right here. Yup, the overworld. It is filled cobblestone stone. This is stone, but how did it turn cobbly? Well, my theory is like you see all these craters, and craters have been filled with water via rain over time. My theory is that the overworld is really, really big, and well, some parts of the overworld just collapsed under its own weight, and it just collapsed into space where it became rogue in vast emptiness. Fun fact, according to according to Mojang, this was actually meant to be the sky dimension, but they proved it otherwise. Anyways, now how do you think this so-called sky dimension turns this? Well, I don't know, that's up for you to interpret. But anyways, the next thing we really notice are these pesky little beings. And especially what we are interested in is what they drop. And we know that these pesky little Endermen, in an Enderman, you know that these guys are heavily from Slenderman. These guys were originally designed to be Slendermen, but they turn into Endermen. And that one did not get me anything, so these things dropped pearls upon death. And as I mentioned before, these teleport you where you land. Kind of like a map you see before you. Okay, you can't really do this in survival mode, yes. You can see that also these things, they're also in crystal. Special things that explode upon death. They only have 0.5 HP. And the Endermen are one of the main founders of these things. They drop ender pearls, which when combined with grease powder, and as you guys know, the crafting recipe for ender pearls, grab the crafting table real quick, as well as some glass. Glass, kind of like if you see up there, you can see that they're surrounded with glass, but a ring of glass, a ender, and gas here. These things can only be placed on obsidian and or bedrock, by the way, but break that. I'm gonna squeeze on that. But if you break that, you'll notice that they explode too. And I don't really know about the explosion part, but what I do know is the gas part. If we get obsidian and a flint and steel, we can travel to the nether. Oh my gosh. And another portal is really nothing special, but what I'm really interested in, gosh, what is inside this nether portal? If you don't spawn in a cave, okay, am I looking up or am I looking down? Where there are just some convenient hoglins where you can just kill a roast. Yeah, these drop pork chops. It may not spark something at first, but if you guys know, there are some things that are animals that are test subjects, mainly rats. And what would happen to these trees right here? Oh, rats and pigs. Pigs, yeah. Humanity is a rule, man. What happened is that they spawn pigs and make them go into the nether. Once the ancient builders discovered, not necessarily this way, but once the ancient builders discovered the nether, they had some pigs go in there first to make sure everything was okay. And what you know, I'm just gonna break that real quick, but what do you know? These pigs had to eat food, and at first they just eat their daily diet of carrots. And things soon turn to the worst. Some pigs died, unfortunately, and what they died has been turned into soul sand. And what's really special about these is the pigs started eating the netherwort grew in the soul sand. And when they started eating that, they became infected. They became infected into hoglins, piglins, and baby piglins. We got Lynn, hoglins, piglins, and all of these can just be traced back to pigs. these original test subjects, they built bastions to test them. And what's really important is that these souls bought back ghosts. And of course, dead bodies, but we're not going to care about that. Anyways, these souls spread. They spread and they spread into soul soil and soul sand. You can actually see the souls in them. Oh my. And then these souls turn into the most horrifying thing people could ever imagine. Gas. These gas spawn in the soul. And if you guys just enter a gas, you can see that there's literally nothing in the body. And that's because these gas, when killed, if they can actually drop for me, when killed, oh my gosh. When killed, the gas drop. Nothing's dropping for me today. Gas tears and gunpowder, because that's what they use to make fire charge. But anyways, these gas tears have been sold. And for those gas that die in the Soul Sand Valley, your souls get reabsorbed into here. There's to spawn in another gas, and once the other gas dies, their souls drop down, spawn in yet another gas. So the cycle continues, but there's one special thing about this. If you play on Java Edition, the edition known for its advancements, you guys probably know about an advancement called Serious Dedication, which is basically you have to rescue a gas from the nether and then brutally murder it. Get back to home. But what's not so brutal is their lore. I can see home camp now. Once they die, there's no netherrack or soil to absorb their body, their souls, and now they're free to live as one happy soul, free of nether interference. And yeah, that's basically the whole story. But what about the gas tears? Well, when brewed, they actually make regeneration potions, which basically make you regenerate health. Let's say I built my place. Let's switch my way over to survival mode. See that I took some damage. I just drink that. And look at that. Instant regeneration. Oh my gosh. No. Instant regeneration. And what's cool about that is that souls regenerate. And well, what now back to our original question. What does ink crystals do? They regenerate the dragon. Ouch. But they regenerate the dragon. That is the main thing. And what they do when when they get broken while the dragon is flying, they explode and the dragon gets damaged. That just also proves my point as well. These things made from Eyes of Ender have a strong connection to the dragon itself. And these things are the main parts. And also, P.S. if you guys want to know portal juice, what portal juice is, it's these purple particles. I don't want to go explain that a million times. Yeah, think Ender acid. I don't know why some damage players, some doesn't. Maybe the Ender Dragon has a curse on them. Who cares? But the next one is back in the end. And once we go through this end gateway, and right here it is, oh my gosh, look at that. Once we go through this end gateway, we will get teleported to an end island. These are far bigger islands. Oh look, an end city. Far bigger islands. And they contain chorus fruit. Chorus plants and chorus fruit. Something that teleports to a random place. And now we get back to the Enderman. I think that the way the Enderman got quote unquote infected by the quote unquote in virus is that how they got here is in a pocket dimension with, my gosh, Endermites. And these pesky little Endermites, they're little mites that deal damage. They're really weird. You can see that they have portal juice and a single red eye. Now, whether you spawn them by teleporting, now, of course, chorus fruit doesn't really spawn Endermites, but pretend that they do. And if I can get lucky to actually spawn an Endermite, how about this? I'll just of course, nothing. But if I just spam click or spam right click, and hopefully I can get myself just one Endermite to spawn. Please, one Endermite. One Endermite. Okay, yeah, I give up. But anyways, these Endermites, they are basically in a pocket dimension. And to prove my point, they spawn nowhere else in any 3 dimensions. The only way that they're spawned is by either SpawnX, commands, or survivalist favorite, Ender Pearls. And these pesky little critters, they're parasites. It's like real mice. They're parasitic creatures that once spawn after 2 minutes, they will do a little dance, like they look at their tail, but they'll swirl and then they will disappear. Thin air kind of burst of particles, just like you saw how that Eye of Ender disappeared. And I thought that the ancient builders They were attacked, brutally attacked. No. All I can say is that they were brutally attacked by the, oh my gosh, why am I trying that? But brutally attacked by the Endermites, and not like how we, the player, actually respawn. They got infected with a virus, kind of like how most parasites just transmit disease. And what happened is that this particular virus caused them to turn into Endermen before they had a chance to fight the dragon. Why would they fight a dragon? They had to seek refuge in the end because of this wither. And since we're all about the end here, we're not going to go into too much deep dives about other stuff. But anyways, you can see that these are shulkers, and if I just hit them with a netherite sword, you see that once they die, they no longer respawn. Why don't they respawn? Because they're man-made. These shell lurkers, you can see, look as if they are purple, and they're also the purple kind. And probably the ancient builders just built these little shell lurkers to protect the end cities and the end ships. Now these ships, you can see that they have everything. They're even floating, which just tells us that they were there to fight the multiple dragons. Why am I saying dragons and not just dragon? How did they get all these dragon heads? But anyways, they have a brewery. They have overpowered. What is my luck? They have overpowered gear. And they have a single pair of elytra. Something that allows them to glide, just like the dragon. And anyways, once they can just glide like the dragon, they were all ready. But then the chorus proof has done its job. They were now victims of the end virus. And now that they were affected by the end virus, there was nothing that they can do. There was nothing that they could do. Although their bodies have produced little ender pearls, they're not harvested by the ink shulkers because, again, they're man-made, but their bodies produce ender pearls, kind of like how we, the human, can produce so-called kidney stones. And they gain the power of teleportation, and they drop, and again, they now drop the ender pearls. Sorry, I was searching for the right word there, but they generate the ender pearls, which allow them to teleport. But now they go haywire. Affected by the disease, they attack everyone that looks directly into their eyes, reminding them of the traitors, those people who didn't come into the end looking for them. They just been there. With those people later evolved into villagers, but they're really mad. They're like, how could you leave us there? They're always seeking to get revenge. But that's not the only thing that they'll get revenge of. These Endermen also will get revenge on Endermites. These pesky little critters. Look, look, look. They're mad. He's literally mad. He's mad. Look, look. The Endermen, they go after one single Endermite. Look at that. They're angry now. Every single one of them sees this mite are angry, and the mite attacks the Endermen as well because they want to infect their brains, and they will not hesitate to infect your brains as well. And now you're probably wondering, if we go back to the main central island, you'll probably notice that there is some uncertainty about this. If I can find it in gateway, okay, slash set. Portal. Oops, wrong block. But if either way, when we get to the central island, which I don't know why the weather is fizzy, but they have this dragon egg, and this egg it's one of a kind, and there's only one in each world. And you're probably like, even if I resummon the dragon, which just proves the crystal's almighty power, resummoning the dragon. Even if you resummon the dragon, oh my gosh. The dragon, let me tell, spoiler alert, the dragon still ain't gonna produce an egg. Why? Because, well, Ender Dragon back, so we can just kill him. You'll notice that the Ender Dragon will not be dropping an egg. Why? Because this dragon has only been alive for a few minutes. Other dragons have been alive for a few thousand hours. Times 1 million. Like, it's been alive for us earlier than humanity. It's been alive as for forever, basically. And that's the sole reason that you won't be seeing another dragon egg anytime soon, because the dragon didn't have time to make the egg. Yeah, and also, yes, Elytra can probably just be the remains of the dragon. All right, and that's gonna be all for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed this little, I'm sorry if this was a bit long, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this lore talk about the in all its glory. And I'll see you guys next time.